Why is this here?
Right shouldn't even be a question.
SMH right.
Facts, it's obviously Harden.
Lol, whatever helps you sleep.
I get Kawhi has a ring, but Harden has way more individual success, even with Kawhi having a Finals MVP.
Not really. Kawhi won DPOY and has highest winning percentage in NBA history.
LOL, come on, most of that winning percentage was with the Spurs. He was like 3/4 fiddle.
MVP and being in the MVP combo holds more weight than being DUI. Not as hard to be DPY on a team where you don't have to score, and you just play defense.
But again, he also has Finals MVP. Kawhi was never given respect in regular season, even now. Elite on both sides.
Your individual defense is determined by how good your team defends overall at basketball.
MVP holds more weight than a Finals MVP. Harden had to carry Houston over and over. He should have 3 MVPs, but the media hated him and Houston. They literally gaslight all the fans to hate Harden. Couldn't have said it better. That Spurs team was well orchestrated and PO'd themselves on defense. It's the same reason Draymond won a DPOY. That Warriors team was deadly on defense.
All-time, Harden currently Kawhi.
All-time is Kawhi easily, 2 times winner.
I don't value rings/accolades in all-time rankings, and Harden just has the much better longevity.
Okay, but Kawhi Finals and Defensive Player Year twice. He's also Clippers' best player now. And Harden the sidekick.
As I said, IDGAF about accolades, haha. And yeah, I know Kawhi is currently better.
So how is Harden better?
So WTF do you give a FCK about that? Kawhi greater player than Harden, and most agree.
Reigning 3-time scoring champ.
Longevity plus an arguably better peak.
Harden is already old. He will never surpass Kawhi, period.
Imfeo, you said you don't care about accolades, haha.
Harden's better. The system.
Kawhi easily, no debate.
The beard.
The ring argument is a team accomplishment. Harden peak was way above anything Kawhi did, plus he won 1 ring with the Spurs. He was the third sometimes for the option and beat a hurt Warriors team, no Clay or Durant, against that same team the series before that. Harden had better stats in every single category: points, assists, rebounds, steal and percentages. Kawhi team played better. Harden has a longer consistent career. Kawhi last 4 season missed way too many games. He maybe been in MVP discussion once. Harden won 1 prob, should have 3, but in that 5-year stretch he won 1 and was runner-up 3 times, lost to Giannis, Steph, and the first triple-double year for Westbrook. Harden carried the Rockets every year for 9 years to the playoffs, made it to the Western Conference a few times, just couldn't beat the Warriors. Kawhi had 1 run with the Raptors, and don't say nothing about Harden in the playoffs, cause it's not the playoffs, cause he still be going off. It's big games, elimination games where he has problems.
Facts, people will never understand this though. Kawhi benefited from being on great rosters and the circumstances stacking in his favor heavily, whilst Harden on the other hand has the odds stacked against him every year. People seem to also forget that during that stretch in the 2010s the Raptors were the always a top 4 team in the league and the second best team in the East behind any team LeBron was on. The Raptors made it to the conference finals several times only to come up short because of LeBron's greatness. Kawhi literally joined the Raptors as soon as LeBron left the East. If LeBron was in the East, the Raptors aren't making it out, and that's not even mentioned what you said about how the Raptors faced a beat and injured Warriors team, which was not the same Warriors team that Harden and the Rockets took to 7 games. My final question for these haters is, how many times in that decade did the Rockets go to the conference finals or even playoffs before Harden got there?
Both great players. Harden is a more prolific scorer and passer. Kawhi is more complete as being one of the best perimeter defenders ever, while also an offensive force, an efficient 3-level shooter. Kawhi is the better postseason performer. Close, but I'll pick Kawhi because he's got 2 rings and he had a rarely seen great playoff run with the Raptors. James is not a more prolific scorer. What are you looking at? Shot attempts, that's the only way to say that. Kawhi can score in ways James can't and is a million times more efficient. The only thing he does better is pass and maybe dribble. You trippin', bro.
How many times Kawhi averaged 36 ppg? I'll wait.
Kawhi just stronger in getting to his spots. I seen Harden locked up. Not saying you can't lock up Kawhi, but the gift of being insanely strong allows him to be deadly, especially from mid-range. Harden relies on skill alone.
Big facts. Scoring don't outrule winning when account. Kawhi is more all-round and clutch.
Go look at for 36 and FK. The only thing he did was put up more shots, so he averaged more.
Go look at Harden's efficiency now that he's not putting up those same amount of shots. He's literally more efficient in almost every category. Some players drop the moment they start putting up more shots, and Harden is not one of them. His efficiency was still crazy for how many attempts he took. Now that he's on the Clippers, he's shooting a career high in 3-point percentage, so what's your argument against that? How many times has Kawhi had to carry a bottom feeder roster and taken them to 56+ wins in a stacked Western Conference and being counted out only to go to the conference finals to lose to one of the greatest teams ever assembled? I'll wait.
Brother, he is playing the ultimate PG role and taking anything away, but go watch the games. He is very efficient on limited shots unless he got it going. He's still not more efficient than Kawhi right now. Go check the numbers. Kawhi is like 60, 50 and 90 right now. Go look.
Kawhi is even more efficient ever since Harden got there. Kawhi has insane splits. It's not hard to figure out why he is so efficient right now. Here's a thought for food: maybe it's because Harden is creating wide open looks for the whole team. This is literally the Harden effect. He is a floor raiser. He makes bad players look good and makes great players look legendary. He literally got Clint Capella paid nexuses when made him look like the best center in the league. He's doing the same with Zubac, and he's making Kawhi look like the most efficient player ever because Kawhi is playing his role and letting Harden handle the ball.
Dude, Kawhi has always been efficient. That's why he is called the robot. I already a Khalifi fact. He is a good passer. Kawhi is a player that get you over the top. James is a great point. If you get the ball every possession, you should have a lot of assist with your logic. Russell is better too. Harden create off the pick and roll. He is a better PG than Kawhi. Sure, not a better score player. Hell, Kawhi even shoot better than James. TBH, bro, you gotta watch the games.
James Harden, easy. Next please.
Individual success equals Harden, team success equals Kawhi, but the weight of Harden's individual success outweighs Kawhi's emo, so the answer is Harden.
Unfair question.
The style of basketball Harden play in Houston inflate his numbers. BT at NVR translate to postseason success. That's basically what Mavs doing now with Luka. Kawhi plays winning basketball, and when his team needs him to elevate his game, he does on both ends. And he has the winning intangibles, something James lack.
Yes, winning intangibles by being on a stacked Spurs team with an already established culture, just to then hop on the Raptors, another team with an established culture who kept knocking on the door of the finals just to lose to the top 2 player of all time. Once Kawhi got there, all he had to do was be okay and they would go to the finals and beat the Santa Cruz Warriors.